Yo, what is going on? How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another reading. This is a general reading. This is a quick reminder. Remember, it is a general reading, so I ask that you guys clear your mind. I want you guys to think broadly and general in these type of situations, past, present, or future. But what we're about to do right now, we're about to just cleanse our chakras, get everything realigned. If there's any negative thoughts, clear them out, get them out the window, think only positive. Matter of fact, I want you to just clear your mind altogether, all in general, right? Let's go ahead and kick this off with a little singing bill to realign our chakras. Alright, Spirit, I call upon you to allow you to speak through me, allow the cards and everything to go smoothly as possible, but most importantly, allow it to engage with the viewers, also allow them to receive any clarity that's needed throughout their journey, right? Thank you, Spirit. Now, before we start our original reading, or the reading for this video specifically, it's going to be an ancestral deck. So before we start that, we're going to actually pull a general word of the day. What is your word of the day, Spirit? What is a word of the day? Okay, so we have resilience, resilience, right? They might want you to be silent, right? But you're taking back that power, right? It's important that you're gonna have those situations where you might be coached into silencing yourself, or it could be happening again, right? Is what I'm picking up on. Like, it could be a repeated situation where, you know, you try to speak your power, or you try to speak your mind to take back your power, but maybe people around you, they're kind of just like hold on, like, you know what I'm saying, they're like, chill out, it's not that serious, or and they're trying to prevent you from reaching. When I say silent, they're trying to prevent you from reaching this goal. I remember when I was telling some of my people that I moved or whatever, they would be like, they'll like spot little negative things, or this or that, and they kind of like try to silence your dreams in a way to tell you, to dumb it down a little bit, like wherever you're trying to go in, like the always try whatever career choice. Sometimes people are not used to people going after things. They're so used to people just taking a sweet time or whatever. They're not used to divine people that go after things and get it done. They're used to people just procrastinating. So when you getting it done, and not saying we're all perfect or nobody's perfect, but when you start getting things done, they start getting a little anxious and like, wait a minute, you're getting a little too fast, and they're trying to slide into your dreams, and it's happened more than once. So this is letting you guys know you gotta make sure consistently that you stay on top of that. Make sure you're not allowing these people to get into your head rent free and living in your head rent free, feeling like they're in control, because they're not. You know what I'm saying? Even though if they may feel like it, or at the moment you might have felt in the past, but they're not in control of your life, especially when you're an adult and you got your own situations going on and you're handling your own business. These people, it could be mother, father, whoever, they might feel like they have a say. They have their opinions, but let their opinions just be opinions. It does not have to be factual. It does not have to control your life, right? Whatever you decide to do, whatever you choose to decide to do is completely up to you guys, right? So to try to re-silence you guys is re-silence again, or silence you again, but we're not letting that slide this time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and begin our reading. So it's gonna be an ancestral deck. We're gonna see what comes out for you guys, okay? All right. Spirit, I ask that you just help us to just be as clear as possible, and most importantly, give the needed information. Thank you, Spirit. All right, you guys, let's begin. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for us? First one we have is heart. The message is, the heart is a universal symbol representing love in all its forms, right? Heart is very important, Right, I know you guys are probably like we're not used to talking about our heart a lot of times. We're talking about our mind and our souls and our physical appearance and things like that, or our physical feelings, I should say, or our physical things is going wrong. Physical, you know what I'm saying? We're so used to focusing on those things that we don't really focus on our heart. And a lot of times, um, your heart can get broken from relationships and things like that. Understanding your heart has purity and understanding somebody else's heart. Like I can tell you guys this, right? So many people slip up and say things that they probably didn't intend to, or they probably were their heart didn't rely, but sometimes their mind causes things to say. Like for an example, if they had memories of a toxic lover in the past, they would say things to you in memories of that toxic individual. Doesn't mean that they have that bad heart. You only know when they don't have good a heart towards you when it's like repeated. The same situations repeated, but not only is it repeated, but they don't apologize for it. It just kind of so natural. Like they just say things and it's like nonchalantly saying things like if you guys start an argument over an like a cheating assumption, like say you're on your phone and she, you know, saying or they, I won't say he or she, but let's say he, she, let's just generalize. Let's say this person is like, yo, who you talk to, whatever, because maybe the memory of them in the past, they had to continue to do that to their lover. It's only when you know that they have a good heart towards you when they say that, and then they kind of like, okay, my bad, my fault, and they kind of just like, you know, apologize for it or whatever the case is. Hopefully you're not doing nothing crazy, but that's just an example when it comes down to the heart. The heart is a very pure thing, and we gotta we gotta protect it at all costs, even if that means thinking before we get into certain relationships and just thinking like, yo, are we going to be the best that we can for this individual, or are we just doing it for selfish reasons, right? Because you don't want to put nothing in the energy you don't want to put nothing in the universe that you don't want to give out that you can and take yourself, right? Spirit, what other message do you have for us? So the next one we have is extension of the heart, symbolizes understanding, agreement, trust, and partnership. So like I said, you know, you can love somebody or you can like somebody, and then the love doesn't happen overnight. It actually grows through numerous situations that you did for that person or they did for you. And that's where the expansion of the heart comes from. That's where your love comes from. That's where, like, it could be love, and it doesn't just have to be sexual relationships. It could be partner relationships with friendships. It could be co-worker relationships. It could be that type of love as well. Like you could have genuine love for somebody and wish them well, depending on the situation that occurred in the past. Like for an example, let's say it's a co-worker and you genuinely love what they do for you. So maybe they come in and they do the work before, you know what I'm saying? Like they clean up after themselves. You love that about that person. You're like, oh man, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You sound love the way, like, you know, doesn't have to be sexual love, but it could be like, yo man, nice, high five, or, you know, talk good about them. That type of love, like that's the type of love. Family even, you know, this family member's always had your back. Okay, cool. Without no, and here's the thing: some people will have somebody's back just for the reasons of saying that they had your back. You know, I'm talking about the people that just genuinely do it, don't think nothing about it, right? Those type of people, you genuinely send love to. So remember, love expands depending on the actions that are being committed. Because somebody can say they love you, but I'm pretty sure everybody in the world would rather somebody show the love than just say it. Because anybody literally can say the word love, but it's harder to show it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us? Okay, the next one I'm resonating with is pepper. Mako is a shortened form of the Akon proverb. Mako Nina. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. It's pepper. All peppers do not ripen simultaneously. That's what I was reading. Okay, so all peppers do not ripen simultaneously. That could be like what I'm resonating when I read that card at the moment is all peppers. I look at peppers like situations, right? Some situations not gonna fall unfilled all at once. I want you guys to take advantage of this. Like for example, bad times. Like we all have bad days throughout our years, right? I want you guys to understand that there's processes in between of those bad days. Like I know you probably had, let's say today is Wednesday, you probably had a bad day last week Sunday. There's chances in between to kind of get your hair back right. You know what I mean? Um, you ever study for an exam, failed that exam, and then the next exam is coming up like 6 months later. In that time frame of whether it be failure or succeed or failure or succeed in an activity, there's that time frame to train your body or your mind for it. I want you guys to practice these. Like understand that bad times come after good times sometimes. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Bad times come before good times and after good times, right? It can be various, but what happens is the universe often gives us a break, right? Because it says all peppers don't ripple at the same time, or don't ripple simultaneously, and that's at the same time. So I want you guys to realize that, okay, if I'm having bad days through the week, the higher power gives me a little bit of time to prep for the next. You know what I mean? Where it's not all bad. I know it feels like all bad times. Like I know that, okay, just last week you might have lost somebody, or this person might have lost somebody, and this might have happened. But if you really sit down and you say, okay, I got a couple days to. I know it seems back to back, but it gives you a little bit of time to prep for the next situation that could happen, or prep to to just be ready and prepared. You know what I'm saying? So all bad things don't have to happen back to back, just like all good things don't have to back to back. But we can, set our emotions and set our tunes accordingly with that time that's given for us to be able to set ourselves up right for success. So I honestly I try my best to resonate. Hopefully you guys, if you resonate and you understand what I'm saying, then the message is for you. If not, just come back to the video in like a week, and I promise, I can't really promise, but I can say that, with you growing and with all of us growing, and if I speak on this topic later on, our energies might click perfectly, right? So let's just kind of just go through flow. Don't stress too much if the reading is not hitting right on the dot. It's okay. Like you and me both, we're in this together. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm trying to give the message. You're trying to receive the message. So it's just about, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No worries, no stress. It's okay. I'm still do more readings regardless if these videos, get across or not. I still have a consistent videos to upload, right? That's why I feel like I do a good amount. Not even a good amount. I actually set a plan for appropriate amount of videos so I can get them out there. You know what I'm saying? But some are not gonna hit. Some are not gonna, hit you. But I try to give you guys a good variation, kind of like an ice cream shop. You wanna have a lot of people like vanilla, but I mean, who don't like go to the ice cream shop for chocolate, mint, and all these other flavors? Like you wanna have an option. Who don't like options? So I try to give you guys some options. Spirit, what other messages I got for us? So the next one I'm resonating with is I will marry you, a symbol of commitment and perseverance. You could be getting married to your career. You could be committed to your career choice. You could be finding your career that you're committed to. I know I found mine. You could be finding the person you commit to. I found mine. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like last year, I never thought I'd be here right now. So it's so crazy, and I encourage you guys to think the same way. I encourage you guys to do the necessary steps each day where you want to lead to. If you want to be a better individual, try to do things that's going to benefit you, right? Not saying you can't. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit there and tell you guys you can't eat chips and all that if you don't want to be healthy. No, you could definitely eat junk food. You could definitely do what you want to do as long as it's positive. It's not affecting nobody in a life-threatening manner. But in a world where you're trying to grow, you still want to make sure you're implying. That's like for example, let's say I did a video last week and didn't upload no videos at all. How can I expect growth in my channel? You know what I'm saying? I'm gotta be consistent. I'm gotta show my face. I'm gotta do the work. So it's like that's the thing, dude. You gotta do the work. and you will begin to see commitment within yourself. You know what I mean? As you continue to do it, you'll see commitment and you'll see the growth. And that is married. That is I'll marry you technique. That is I'll marry you commitment. Marriage. Understand with marriage is like it ain't like boyfriend and girlfriend when you're married. It's like if your boyfriend and girlfriend you have an argument and y'all two decide, oh, we're done, you're technically broken up. But if you're married, that's a whole different story because now it's like through courts, right, through legal situations, you gotta go get a divorce to, to get unmarried. So it's like you're not necessarily unmarried until you actually go through the legal steps to get unmarried. You know what I'm saying? Because you took a vow, you took an oath, and that is like your commitment to whatever it is that you commit to. It doesn't necessarily be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a family member. It could be whatever you choose to be committed to. I want you to say, look, I'm marrying this right here. I'm marrying the game, whatever. Hopefully it's something positive. But yeah, I'm marrying this game and all of that. And me and whatever it is that I'm just decided to marry and be committed to in my life is going to stick it out through hard times, through tough times when I don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? You could get married to your craft. When I don't feel like going let's say you're a carpenter. When I don't feel like doing this work on this roof or working on this house, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do it because that's the days that that's the days that matter the most. It's always the days that you don't feel like doing something that tells you should do it because that might just be the day, that lucky moment that you might get something big out of it. That might be the day that the higher power is testing you to see how true do you love it. We all do things that what's he saying? You do things. You do it. You're committed so much that you do it, even when you don't want to do it. You do it like you want to do it. Type of vibe, right? So like I said, no stress if you guys are not picking up on the messages right away. That's no stress. Trust me, it's for you if you pick them up. You're no less of a person if you're not understanding what I'm saying. Trust me when I tell you guys that. Okay. We're just gonna continue on with the readings, and I will continue to elaborate my thoughts and opinions regarding what pops out for us, right? And I say us because I'm also within this reading. I'm also reading as a general, so I'm reading for myself and for you guys. A divine as a collective, right? Spirit, what other message do you have for us? So the next one we have is when you climb a good tree, right? When you climb a good tree, you are given a push. A good deed attracts support, right? Listen here. I'm going to tell you this story. I told this story in my last video. There's this guy that threw a plastic bottle outside of a window. Previously to that, he threw a thing outside of a vehicle. Previously to that, me and my wife went to the beach and we began picking up trash, right? After we picked up trash, it's like everything else, it's like good things started to happen after that. And we also felt better. Most importantly, we felt really good after because we were just chilling at the beach. We started picking up things. I say that to say, when you throw trash outside the window, not saying specifically when you throw trash out the window, but right after that person did that, they tried to overtake a car, and at the same time, that car was trying to overtake a bicycle. So when they was going out, the other person that threw the trash out the window had to go out further, and they almost collided with another car coming forward. It's like damn near an accident because of like literally when you do negative things like throw trash out there and you're not thinking about I could just hold on to this trash. You know what I'm saying? We can responsibly throw our trash away. It's not like because if we were wild animals, then we wouldn't have plastic bottles, and waste to begin with, right? So the fact that we're not in an animalistic environment, we should be able to utilize the things that we have, the resource like the trash waste and all that appropriately to the best of our abilities. You have people that just steal toss trash out the window. And those people have their consequences. You ain't even gotta say nothing. They have their days. You know what I'm saying? So ensure that if you want to attract good things, you need to be putting positivity in whatever it is that you're doing. If you're doing things for wrong reasons, such as now hear me out on this one. It's not a bad thing to go to work to receive money, but to what extent? If you go to work and you waste the employers, like you waste the customer's time, no, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they had nothing to do with you being at that job. There's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault. And this is not directed towards you specifically, but you got to think about it. If you have somebody coming to you saying, "Oh, I don't like this job," that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do what we got to do to the higher power brings us opportunities to get up out of there or to be, you know what I'm saying, switch positions. but it's not okay to waste other people's time if they had nothing to do with somebody at that workplace, right? If they didn't sign you up, they didn't advise that workplace, it's no fair game if you're going to, mess around with them and mess around with their time. Because had you been in their position, or say you knock off and you go to another store, you don't want somebody doing that to you just because they're having a bad morning, right? So ensure the energy that you want to receive, you're giving the same energy out, right? That's all I gotta say for that. All right, let's continue on with this reading. Spirit, what other message do you have coming from the ancestors? The next one we have is I've kept what I've heard. Signifies the act of hearing, understanding, and taking into consideration what someone has said. This is very cool because, we often talk to a lot of people, and I often say this, right? Somebody could do 10 years in prison or 10 years in college. Now, notice I've mentioned negative and positive, right? Somebody could do 10 years, and I'm not saying that either of them don't bring positivity in some sort of way or negativity in some sort of way. I'm just baselining it. Let's say majority of people vote. Most people would say that prison is a negative experience, college is a positive experience, right? So let's say prison on one side, college on the other end. We're just using a general example that everybody should know about, right? So prison and college. Now, somebody coming from college or prison, doesn't matter where they come from, could tell you their whole 10 years of experience within that field or wherever, whatever they was doing. That's just two general experiences. Doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. What I'm about to tell you, they could take 10 years working in that industry or being in that environment and tell you something. Their experience within 10 minutes. They can tell you everything they went through within 10 minutes, right? Just around 10 minutes or 10 minutes or more, whatever. 10 minutes. They can sum it all up, right? Signifies the act of hearing, understanding, and taking into consideration what someone has said. If people are telling you stuff and people are talking to you and you got to remember, even if you talk to somebody that's 18, that's 18 years of experience. They could be trying to tell you something that could save you 18 years of having to go through whatever they have to endure. They could be teaching you about technology or whatever. If it sounds interesting and you're drawn to it and your aura is saying, yes, thumbs up, I like this energy, listen and take it. But don't just listen and be like, all right, cool, and move on and forget about it. Like, actually, like, listen in. That's why I like to, like, listen to older people sometimes, because most of the time they know what to talk about. Some of them, not really. Like, just because you're older than me, I'm not just going to listen and be like, all right, cool. No, I'm going to listen to you. But if you sound like you're talking BS, I'm just going to be like, all right, cool. For me, like, at the moment, if whatever you're saying is not resonating for my life, then it doesn't work. But if that person is resonating with your career choice, whatever the case is, gain advice, reach out. Like people trying to get houses. There's people that's already got houses out here. There's people that's already doing it. If you meet a older couple in your neighborhood that's got a thing, something you and your wife are trying to do, and they start a conversation. I had in my neighborhood, we have a little garden. The older couple was talking about how they had like lemongrass, right? And I'm like, we started a conversation, and I saw that they had, or they was talking about like having it in the yard. So I'm like, all right, cool. Automatically, you got to get a house. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if we're trying to, gain property, or we're trying to do certain things in life, it's okay to talk to people that's already done it. It's okay to, just ask questions and receive that information if they're willing to speak on it, right? That's all I have for that one. We're just gonna move on. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us? Alright, so the next message we have is good farmer. It's so crazy. I just talked about plants. A symbol of diligence and hard work, right? Farmers work extremely hard. I don't know if you guys really notice, but yeah, they definitely out there in the hot sun picking trees, all types of stuff that is just like, we can just go in the grocery store and grab fruit and not think nothing of it. The whole time it's been harvest and everything. And working hard like a farmer, right? farmers get the job done, but it's got to be done in an efficient way, right? If you notice how a farmer works, it's by steps, right? They have to, of course, like you guys know the basic steps. You got to plant the seed, water the seed, you got to track upward, you got to maybe turn the, if you're working in a large capacity of field, you got to maybe go out there and check if there's weeds growing. It's the trees. You remember when they had that little situation with the bananas? I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like a disease in the bananas. They had to chop all the bananas down. I don't know the theory, and I'm not here for the conspiracy theories regarding these banana trees, but what I can say is there are steps to being a farmer. Apply that to your own life, right? There's steps to whatever you're trying to get. If you're trying to save $1 million, what do you have to do? You just have to exactly do that. You have to save $1 million. The only way you're gonna have $1 million in your bank account is if you save it. So you gotta find ways to save it. You know what I'm saying? You might have to upgrade your paycheck, but even no matter how much money you receive, you still have to save $1 million if you want to have $1 million in your bank account. It doesn't matter how much money you get, you still have to put aside something to save it, right? Or obviously make it practical. Like people, like you could say you're saving $1 billion, but are you making even 100,000? You see what I'm saying? So let's be practical when you're going through life. And being practical doesn't mean not being spiritual. It just means that you're kind of giving you're not setting yourself up for disappointment completely. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you ask for a house tomorrow from the divine, everything great takes patience, right? Greatness comes with time. That's what they say. So if everybody that you call great in the world took years to get there, or not even years, but took more than 24 hours, or just in general took some time, why will we be thinking that it's just going to come naturally tomorrow, like the house is just going to be here tomorrow? Like, why would we want to think that way? Because anything that comes fast isn't something that's worthwhile, right? Most things that are worthwhile take a little time. You know what I'm saying? It might take a year. I'm not really trying to put a time limit on it because I don't want to limit how fast it could come, but I would rather it take a little bit longer than right away, because it's like building a house. If somebody was to say, yeah, man, I just built your house, and you're like, what you build it with? Because that was fast. What, a day? You're gonna sleep in a house somebody built it within a day? I don't think it's a strong house. You know what I'm saying? Most things that come with a lot of great talent comes with a lot of time, a lot. Even if it's not. See, and here's the thing: you gotta look at it like music. It's musicians that can hop in the game. That's probably, they say, y'all, I've only been at it for a year, but they've been consistently at it for a year, not posted one song and then the next year they come back. No, they like that whole year they've just been at it, which makes the quality so much greater. So they was able to get it within that year, but it still took some time. You know what I'm saying? So, as they say, a symbol of diligence and hard work. Farmers take good farmer. A farmer takes the time. It takes time for the fruit to grow, right? And this message for you guys is, with hard work comes also time. And I want you guys to be patient when it comes down to it. But it brings great rewards, such as fruits and vegetables. And I want you guys to look at the fruits and vegetables as rewards. I want you guys to look at all the abundance that you can accumulate if you take your time and you work hard on it. Don't have to slave, right? You can balance it out efficiently to where you're not draining yourself. You can put sleep schedules in. You know what I'm saying? I take me 15 minute power naps. Put that in place if you can. Like if you have kids, like we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? Let's just kind of just develop a plan, and we can make it work. We can for sure. It's not impossible. If it was impossible, the great divine wouldn't put that in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You have whatever responsibilities you have, specifically on the reason to grow who you are, right? To make you better. Nothing happens in the universe by accident. Everything was already planned for you. Spirit, what other message you got for us? Alright, so the last message we have for this reading is accept God. God is omnipotent. The symbol expresses the deep faith the Akans have in the Supreme Being. I worked with a coworker that said they was atheist, and I don't have no personal situation with that, but here's my thing. If you're at this half of the mountain, right? People I think people have this misconception about the divine, the higher power, whatever it is that we call them. Some people call him Allah, right? Whatever it is. Some people from the islands call him Jah. Whatever it is, it's not about the name or the person or behind. It's the belief in anything. And I feel like people don't see that. They just think that we're just worshiping this higher power. And no, we're believing that something is possible. So when you practice that belief with the higher power, if you can worship this person, or not even just worship, but just believe that these situations can happen, that you could receive unlimited abundance, that you could receive great health, that you could receive pure protection, then you believe in a lot of other things. You believe in that you can make it in this world. You believe that you have the capabilities to make it out your struggles. It's about believing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about believing. So when you go through your day today and you finish this video, I ask that you guys just believe in yourself, believe in everything that has happened or will happen in the future, things like that. It all starts from a belief. You gotta believe that you can get up out of the bed, right? That you gotta believe that you can make it. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes things are not gonna always happen to be planned, but at least believing is better than not believing. Because if we don't believe, then we're just not gonna do it at all. If we do believe and things don't work out, you have that chance of survival, versus you don't do it, nothing happens, and you just stay still. You stay stagnant in one place. So believe, right? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That will end on our reading. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, don't be silenced. That was your message. They've been trying to silence you for too long. Don't let it happen. Let's continue on with our day. And thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up. You guys know what to do with the comments. Comment something great. Go ahead and grab get one of them nice little wisdom quotes and drop it in the comment section. If you want to share this video, you're all welcome to. Want to share the link? Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. And if you want to know exactly when I drop a video right on your dime, hit the post notifications. That is the bell to the right and subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to send you guys out with another little music for you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.